Never say never when it comes to me in a fight with Colby Covington. I thought that was pretty interesting.
Colby Covington has always been a polarizing figure in MMA, whether it's his trash talk, his cardio-fueled fighting style, or his relentless ability to stay in the public eye. Covington has made a career out of creating headlines. However, his recent performance against Joaquin Buckley at UFC Tampa has left fans wondering if we're witnessing the beginning of the end for chaos. In what many saw as a make-or-break fight, Covington struggled against the younger, more explosive Buckley, eventually losing via third-round doctor stoppage after a deep cut above his eye. The loss was more than just a setback, it was a symbolic of the changing of guard in the welterweight division. After the fight, speculation began to swirl. Could this be the final chapter in Covington's career? At 37 years old, Covington is no longer the relentless force that he was during his prime. Time is undefeated, and as the sport evolves, younger fighters like Buckley, Shavkat Rakhmonov, and Ian Machado Gary continue to raise the bar. Covington, however, refused to entertain retirement talk. In a candid video posted to his YouTube channel, he addressed the rumors head-on. "This is far from over," he said, with his trademark confidence. "I wasn't at my best for this fight. I came in off the couch, but I showed up because I love this sport and this company. I'll be back stronger than ever."
Yeah, so, we came in, in close contact, and I felt like there was a headbutt, and as soon as it cut in the first round, I couldn't see. I had blurred vision, I was seeing three different people, I was like, when do I punch? I didn't know what to do, I was kind of confused, but, I knew I had to keep fighting. I had to give the UFC and the fans a show, and that's what they pay their hard-earned money to come for. I'm a warrior, we're gladiators, so I'm not going to stop. I've had way worse in fights than a little cut over my eye, so it's unfortunate that the doctor stopped the fight like that, because if we're in Vegas, I know the fight gets to keep going, and I feel like I was really just starting to gain momentum. Like I was starting to wear on. I could see he was breathing out of his mouth. He wasn't as much volume at that point, so I feel like it was going to be my fight in the championship round, so it was an unfortunate stop.
Joaquin Buckley didn't just beat Covington, he dominated him. Buckley's power, speed, and defensive wrestling neutralized everything Covington brought to the table. The welterweight division has moved forward, and the question now is whether Covington can adapt or if his days as a top contender are behind him. Still, Covington's refusal to accept defeat is one of the qualities that have made him such a compelling figure in MMA. He's never been one to back down from a challenge, and he thrives when the odds are stacked against him. But the path back to title contention is steeper than ever. Fighters like Leon Edwards and Belal Muhammad and rising stars such as Shavkat Rakhmonov present stylistic nightmares for a fighter like Covington, whose pace and wrestling have traditionally been his greatest weapons. At 37, does Covington have enough left in the tank to reinvent himself and make another run, or will he become a gatekeeper for the next generation of welterweights? While Covington's future hangs in the balance, another storyline has taken center stage: Islam Makhachev's retirement plans. The reigning UFC lightweight champion and pound-for-pound contender has revealed that he intends to step away from the sport by the age of 35. This news, confirmed by his coach Javier Mendez, has left fans stunned. Makhachev, who looked virtually unstoppable in recent years, is only 32 and seemingly at the height of his powers. His dominance over Charles Oliveira and back-to-back wins against Alexander Volkanovski showcase not only his grappling mastery, but his evolution as a complete fighter. So why retire now when his star is still rising? Well, the answer lies in the values and philosophy instilled by Makhachev by his mentor and friend Khabib Nurmagomedov. Khabib, who shocked the world by retiring undefeated at 32, has always emphasized legacy over longevity. He walked away from the sport on his own terms, keeping a promise to his mother after his father passed away. For Dagestani fighters like Khabib and Makhachev, fighting is not a lifelong pursuit, but a temporary mission, one rooted in honor, discipline, and family. They fight to achieve greatness, but they also know when to walk away. Javier Mendez explains that Makhachev, like Khabib, has made smart financial decisions and is already set for life. This isn't a fighter who needs to keep competing for money. For Makhachev, the focus is on cementing his legacy as one of the greatest lightweight champions of all time. He understands the risk of fighting too long, both to his health and his reputation. By setting a clear endpoint, 35 years old, Makhachev ensures that he will lead the sport on his own terms, while still at the peak of his abilities. But 3 years is not a long time, and the countdown to Makhachev's retirement has already begun. Every fight from this point forward carries added significance. Who will we face next? The lightweight division is overflowing with talent, and contenders like Charles Oliveira, Justin Gaethje, and Arman Tsarukyan are all eager for their shot at the champion. Oliveira, who Makhachev defeated to win the title, has been vocal about earning a rematch. Gaethje, fresh off of a highlight reel finish, remains one of the most dangerous fighters in the division. And Tsarukyan, who gave Makhachev one of his toughest fights early in his UFC career, is quickly emerging as a future title threat. Fans are already speculating about potential super fights for Makhachev before he retires. Could we see him move up to welterweight to challenge Leon Edwards or Kamaru Usman? A champion versus champion showdown would not only be a massive draw, but could further solidify Makhachev's legacy. Or will he focus solely on defending his lightweight title against the division's best? Whatever path Makhachev chooses, his final years in the UFC promise to be must-watch events. The significance of Makhachev's retirement plans extend beyond just his career. His departure would leave a massive void in the lightweight division, much like Khabib's retirement did in 2020. The lightweight belt has always been one of the most coveted prizes in MMA. Without Makhachev, the title picture will open up in ways that we haven't seen in years. Fighters like Arman Tsarukyan, Mateusz Gamrot, and Rafael Fiziev are all poised to take the next step, while veterans like Charles Oliveira and Dustin Poirier would look to reclaim their place at the top. The post-Makhachev era could usher in a new wave of lightweight superstars. But for now, the focus remains on the champion's final chapter. Meanwhile, Conor McGregor's name continues to echo throughout the lightweight division. Recently, McGregor found himself in the spotlight for an unexpected reason: a viral grappling video. In the clip, McGregor was seen rolling with his training partner Lee Hammond, a highly skilled black belt under John Kavanagh. Fans and critics were quick to dissect the footage, with many questioning McGregor's grappling skills and fitness. Why couldn't he submit a training partner sooner? Some asked. Others speculated that McGregor looked fatigued, raising concerns about his readiness for a return to competition. Never one to let criticism slide, McGregor responded with a detailed breakdown of the clip. "This isn't sport jiu-jitsu," he explained. "I'm training for MMA. My focus is on positioning, control, and finding openings for strike. Submissions are secondary." McGregor's comments highlights the difference between grappling for pure jiu-jitsu and grappling for MMA, a nuance often lost on casual fans. It's classic McGregor turning criticism into an opportunity to showcase his fighting IQ and remind fans why he remains one of the most compelling figures in the sport. While McGregor's grappling skills continue to be the topic of debate, his return to the lightweight division could be perfectly timed with Makhachev's retirement plans. Imagine McGregor returning to claim the title once held by Khabib and Makhachev, fighters that have long been thorns in his side. The storylines write themselves, and McGregor's presence would undoubtedly add another layer of intrigue to the lightweight division. Back in the welterweight division, Joaquin Buckley's dominant win over Covington has propelled him into title contention. Buckley's performance was nothing short of spectacular. He neutralized Covington's wrestling, landed powerful strikes, and forced the doctor's stoppage with a brutal cut above Covington's eye. Buckley's rise has been one of the most exciting stories in the UFC, and his confidence is undeniable. 2025 is my year, he declared after the fight. "I'm ready for the title." The Octagon never sleeps, and neither do we. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Where do you see Covington and Makhachev heading next? See you in the next one.